So today, at the visitation, Everett, of course, instigated physical violence against his father, which he does at every visit. And I try to just let him punch me and get his aggression out because I know how upset he is because he misses his dad, obviously. And so he was punching me and hitting me as usual, and then Grace came on the other side and started punching me and hitting me too. So I grabbed them both, in my arms, and I was like giving him kisses and like just grabbing him and like trying to like stop him from punching me. And then Everett said, "I'm uncomfortable, I want to leave," he said to the visitation monitor. Obviously pre-coached by his mother, clearly, or somebody. I don't know if it was his mother or his stepdad. I'm not sure which piece of garbage is so intent on keeping the kids from having a relationship with their dad. And that's it. They cut the visit short, as if I'm somehow a danger to my own children because they were like attacking me and I was like trying to hug them and stop them from punching me. Yeah, so less than an hour, I take the whole day off work. I drive all the way across town, hike in the rain, and less than an hour with my kids. I've moved state to state to state to be here, and again, I have no criminal record of any kind. Nothing. I don't even have, I've got a couple of parking tickets. That's it. And just on the say-so of one bipolar narcissist, I've been effectively kept out of my children's lives for 3 years. And the only reason I'm trying to be in their lives is for their sake. Because not having a relationship with one of your parents is hugely damaging to kids. The research on that is absolutely, it's not even, it's settled science. There's no debating it. When a kid doesn't have access to one of their parents, they get really messed up mentally. So that's why I'm trying to be here, trying to be in my kids' lives, and it's like I'm just being outmaneuvered every step of the way, every day. In 3 states, in 3 courts, 6, 7 judges, 4 or 5 different courtrooms now, I don't even know. And I turned on all the evidence on January 21st. It's now February 3rd. I still haven't heard anything from the judge, from the courts. And now I had a visit cut short because supposedly I hurt my own children. Yeah. It was so obvious that Everett had been coached and knew what he was doing. It was so obvious, he even stopped and he said, what did he say? "I'm uncomfortable, I'd like to leave." like that's something a regular 7-year-old says. "Oh yes, I'm uncomfortable, I would like to leave." He's obviously been coached in what to say. Obviously. And he was just saying exactly what he was coached to say. Meanwhile, I'm out another $100. This is the day I could have been working, making money. And I got to see my kids for less than an hour, during which they further harmed themselves by being encouraged to discourage their own relationship with their own father, which the science shows that's the way to do the maximum amount of damage to a child, is to make them feel like it was their choice to hurt the other parent. That's the way to do the maximum damage to your child psychologically. There's so many documentaries now about this. There's so much information out there on the internet and scientific papers and published articles in scholastic journals. And yet the system isn't changed. The system is like, oh yeah, just give the kids to the mom and charge maximum child support and don't give the dad any rights at all. No matter what. It's been like that now since the 60s or 70s or something? With no change. And for what? So we can have a whole generation die on opiates because they're miserable, because they didn't know one of their parents, because they weren't allowed to know one of their parents because of these unconstitutional courts. There's not a speedy trial. There's not a jury of your peers. These courts are completely unconstitutional, period, 100%. And they're hurting our kids, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. 3 years for me and my kids. 3 years. I'm uncomfortable. I'd like to leave. Yeah. Obviously coached. Maximum damage being done to my children. And there's nothing I can do to stop it. Nothing. What next? So the next visit, now I just can't roughhouse at all, right? Because obviously it's a danger to the kids. Even though they're initiating the roughhousing, they miss their dad, they're angry, they're trying to take it out on me, you know. The science shows it's healthy to roughhouse with your dad. It's like one of the things kids desperately need for like their development is to roughhouse with dad. And now I can't roughhouse with dad because, oh, I'm uncomfortable, I want to leave. Just disgusting. I'm so disgusted. I'm so absolutely vitriolically disgusted by the system, by the people who would abuse the system in this way, by people who would not allow their children to see one of their parents because they are filthy, garbage, trailer trash who cheated on their married spouse. On the parent's father or mother, they cheat on the parent's father or mother, and then they get custody of the kids, and they don't let the kids see that parent ever again because they cheated. No fault divorce. That means you can go cheat with whoever you want, and then get the kids, and don't let the parent who didn't cheat ever see their kids ever again. With the power of law. The unconstitutional family court system. That's what you get. You get cheated on, then you never get to see your kids again. And you're the rube. You're the rube for not cheating. You're the rube for doing the right thing. They're literally punishing you for doing the right thing, and they're rewarding people for doing the wrong thing. And it's obviously intentional. And it's been going on for decades. There's millions of kids in this country who don't have access to one of their parents because the other parent is a bipolar narcissist. Or insert the personality disorder, because it's not always bipolar narcissism. That may be the one that some of us are more familiar with. I'm so heated, so angry right now. And it's obvious, this is their strategy. They just want to make me more and more and more and more angry. That's obviously been the strategy for 3 years. I've never violated the restraining order. I've never broken the law. I've never harmed anybody. I've never committed any crime of any kind. And am I angry? Yeah. Yeah, I'm angry. Yeah, my kids are getting the maximum level of harm by an absolute monster who doesn't care about her own children, obviously. She obviously hasn't read any of these papers. She obviously hasn't done any of the research. She obviously doesn't care about her own children. That's hard for people to understand, but that's what narcissism is. Extreme narcissism like this isn't like, oh, I care about this, I care about that. It's not a rational person you're dealing with. It's somebody who only cares about themselves. They don't even care about their own kids, obviously. So angry right now. What am I going to do? I'm going to walk it off. That's what I've been doing for 3 years now. Walk it off. Get kicked in the gut, get kicked in the nuts, walk it off. That's what I'm doing, walking it off.